and it should start in the YouTube. And make sure your mic is on. Um, just be aware.
There, yeah, and then yeah, YouTube's on there, and then the little scoreboard's up. That's there. Okay.
Yeah, looks like
So which one's my the headset is my mic, or which one's my mic? Headset. Okay. Hello, guys. It's Ryan Leonardo with another Fresno athletics game. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulties for the top of the first, but we are all good and set now, as we have Miller leading off for the athletics as he takes first pitch ball. The top of the first for the Halos, they did get a couple men on base, but ended up not scoring anything out of it, and the Athletics held them still to 0. Miller took ball 2, and then ball 3. But yes, I don't remember if Jared told you guys yesterday, but he is out for today. I'm covering for him. Very excited to be having a chance to even do this. As Miller, it takes strike 1. Go ahead and count 3-1. Pitch, and it's ball 4. Miller takes his base. Starting off the bottom of the first, as the A's already have. Mikey Ramirez now up the bats. Oh. So pitcher tries to throw, picks off the first baseman, and he threw past the first baseman. And Miller has now stolen all the way to third base. And just like that, Mikey Ramirez now has a batter 90 feet away from home. Hasn't even taken one pitch yet. The first pitch to Mikey. Swings. Misses. If there's anybody on YouTube, if everything's working, just because I was having some technical difficulties, just let me know in the chat if you guys don't see anything. As Mikey takes ball one. As I look back, I don't think Mikey playing yesterday. I looked at as the ball goes away from the catcher, but Miller does stay on third. And that make it ball two. But as I do look back, don't see Mikey Ramirez anywhere on here. However, Miller did play yesterday, and he got walked, and then he had an RBI bunt, and then I think he proceeded to get all the way around the bases too after that bunt. So Mikey Ramirez takes ball three. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. Pitch, as ball four. Runners on the corners. Runners on the corner. Now, Ethan Wood is up with runners on the corners, no outs. Oh, and ball one or strike one leads to Mikey stealing second. Now we have runners on second and third, no outs, and Ethan Wood up to bat. Let's look back. Wood yesterday had himself two singles, and one of those singles in the seventh led to two RBIs. And then his single back in the fourth, he ended up getting all the way around the bases for a run. Let's see if Wood can bring in some more runs. See if he can get another two RBI. The count is 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Foul tips it back. So the count's going to be 1-2. Oh, yes. Camera angle on the camera 2. That one needs to be adjusted a little bit. I could fix that at the little pause between the innings. I'll fix that. But thank you. Oh, as Ethan Wood hits it to left field, it is caught. Miller makes his way in, and Miller crosses home. And Ramirez will stay at second. Well, that is a sac fly for Wood.
It's a sacrifice fly. Go on the board first. And 40 minutes. From 14 Smith.
George Smith at the bat with 1 out, but we do have a run now with Miller crossing that on a sac fly. His first pitch is outside for ball 1. Here comes the second pitch. Again, high and outside for ball 2. Pitcher has been looking back at Ramirez a couple times. I think Ramirez is still second or third, but he does have some speed, so he might give it a chance depending if the ball goes away from the catcher. Pitch low, ball 3. See if Smith has the green light or if he's going to take the strike. Comes up. And let's see what comes the pitch. And it's inside for ball 4. But now, if runners on first and second with 1 out, and Chris Stahl is up to bat. We'll look back again. Chris Stahl, also kind of like Ramirez, did not play yesterday, but Smith did, and he got on base. He got on base technically once because he's a single, but he did have a home run yesterday. Oh, Ramirez still second, and he's safe. That's safe at third, as Stahl takes a ball. So now, oh, and Smith stole second at the same time. So both runners advance. And now he's runners on second and third with 1 out. Stahl, who is counted 1-0. His pitch swings and misses. Count as 1-1. We got one runner 90 feet away from home. That's Stahl getting the third pitch. Swings and misses again. So Stahl is now behind in the count 1-2, which pretty sure is the first time that the Athletics have been behind in the count, with having 3 walks already. It's the pitch. And it's inside for ball 2. Even out the count, 2-2. And then here comes the 2-2 count. Stahl, runner on second and third. He hits it. And it's gonna stay fair. It'll stay fair. And both runners come in. The Athletics are now up 3-0. And Stahl will go all the way to second base for a 2 RBI double. Double. Now Luke Reed is up to bat. Also, again, we can look back, and in the script sheet does not seems that Luke Reed did not play yesterday. But there's a pitch. Oh, look for the bunt, and it goes past the catcher, which will lead to Stahl advancing to third. A wild pitch, but Luke Reed was able to pull the bunt back, so it counted as a ball. Count is 1-0 as the catcher walks back to the pitcher, kind of talking to him a little bit. As now we have another runner who is 90 feet away from home, with still only having 1 out. Yes, that was a great hit by Stahl. Yes, that was a really good hit. All right. Catcher's made his way back. Set pitcher. Second pitch. And it is low. It gets behind the catcher. Cristal comes home. That's another run for the A's. As Luke Reed is now ahead in his count also, being 2-0. Yep. Comes the third pitch. Oop. Real inside. Almost hit Reed, but that will be ball 3. And again, we have another batter who's up in a 3-0 count, which none of them have had the green light so far, but we shall see what happens this time. As the ball is outside for ball 4, and that is a 4-pitch walk. And there's another base runner for the A's. That is the fourth walk, and it's the bottom of the first. Oh, coaches come out, and we will be back once they're done talking. I'm gonna try to fix that field. And we are back with Maynard up to bat, as he has Ree on first, who has a decent lead right now, as the pitcher does take a look at him. And he's gone. Ree takes second. And he's out. He's out, but he did try to steal the base. So Maynard now has 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on base anymore. But the A's did score 4 in the bottom of the first. Great way to start the game. As Maynard swings and misses. Count is 0-2. And I think I fixed the camera. If you guys want to tell me if that's a little bit better, camera 2. If not, I can try to fix the other ones. As this one is pitch is thrown outside for ball 1. Let's look back again too. Heath Maynard. Nope. Oh no. Yeah, Maynard did play yesterday as he strikes out. Look at it. But that was the bottom of the first, as the A's are up 4-0. And we'll see what the Halos can do in the top second. Although we did have some technical difficulties and missed the top of the first, Trungle, who is their fifth batter, is up to bat in the bottom of the first right now. I mean, top of the first for the Halos as he takes the first pitch outside for ball one. As that pitch comes strike, now there's 1-1. And here comes the third pitch for Trungle. And strike two. Medina with the head of the count 1-2. Pitch comes Trungle. That's the first base up for the check swing, and he says he did check. So it count evens out 2-2. Pitch is outside. I know. We have a full count, 3-2. For Trungle. Trungle. As he fouls that one back. With the Halos pitcher giving up those 4 walks and the 4 runs, the bullpen does have a pitcher out there kind of throwing. Let's see if that leads to anything. As he fouls it off towards the Halos dugout. Again, the count is still full at 3-2. Medina gets ready. Pitch. And it's strike 3. Triangle strikeout. Now.
And number 8, Nielsen.
And now Nielsen comes up. Halos. As he takes strike 1. Medina. Pitch. Inside. It was count out 1-1. That one pitch is also outside for ball 2. Medina with the pitch. That one's fouled. Back to the screen. Count is evened out again at 2-2. That one is outside. We have a full count, 3-2. Medina. The pitch. And swings and misses. As back-to-back strikeouts for Medina. Now DeValu comes up to bat. As Medina already had 2 strikeouts. Very potential chance of striking out the side. As this one swings and misses the first pitch. Medina gets ready. Comes a pitch. Oh, and it's the outside corner for strike 2. And just like that, the Valley is now in an 0-2 count. Medina. A little high. Ball 1. The count is 1-2 now. Medina. Pitch. Slow. Using the count back out. 2-2. Ooh, so that was also as high. The Valley has worked his way back. Go, baby. Full count. Two outs. Near the pitch. And it's tipped back. It's foul tipped back. As Chris Stahl comes over, talks to Medina. I wonder if he's seen something from the first base side. Maybe he's a little hesitant on his maybe DeValley's a little hesitant on his swing. I don't know what Cristal told him. Medina. His pitch. And strike three. As he gets another strikeout. That's three for the top of the second. And he had two of them looking. But we'll come back to the bottom of the second with the A's. We're up 4-0. After a very strong bottom of the first, Ramirez is up to bat for the A's, leading off. Kim. Kim had a tough inning as he does have the first pitch get called a ball. Kim for the Halos did have a tough inning as he did walk four batters. But yet the bullpen has went back to being quiet as the second pitch is ball two. And Rodriguez, just like that, is ahead in the count, 2-0. Kim. Pitch. Ramirez swings and misses. So count 2-1. If we look back, Rodriguez did not play yesterday. Edens was at the catcher as Rodriguez takes ball three. Pitch, and he fouls it back to right in front of me as it bounces off the screen. And now we have a full count for Julian Rodriguez. Kim gets ready. He throws a pitch, and it's outside. And out walks another batter. Now Rodriguez made his way onto the bases. Well, we have Brian Sanders at the bat. Who also did not play yesterday. As he's on second base today and takes strike one. As Perry was on second base yesterday. But count is 0-1 with Rodriguez at first. Takes a little jump on that pitch. The catcher does not let it go by him. However, it is low and it is ball one. So now count is even at 1-1 for Sanders. As Kim gets ready to throw a pitch. He's looking. Throws right down the middle for strike two. And Sanders is now behind the count 1-2 with still having Rodriguez on first. He takes a decent lead. He is being looked at by Kim. He throws the pitch outside, evens count up, 2-2. Kim keeps looking over at Rodriguez a lot because he's taking a decent lead over there on first. But as we've seen, they're not scared to steal the bag, as we have seen a couple stolen bases already. As that is ball three, and now Sanders is fought to make it a full count with no outs and a runner on first. Oh, Kim throws back to first, try to throw Rodriguez, but Rodriguez makes back to first. Yes. Kim still kind of looking at Rodriguez back there. So here's a pitch, and that's outside for another walk. That'll be ball four. So now with runners, first and second, back at the top of the lineup now with Miller, who got walked and made it all the way around the bases. See if he can get on base again and cause a couple RBIs or even just another walk and juice the bases up for Mikey Ramirez. Kim looks over at first, looks over at Sanders. Right comes the pitch. Who strike one. Miller tried to go for the bunt, but he pulled it back, but it still was a strike. Second pitch from Miller. Oh, as Kim steps off the bag. Thought about throwing it over to first. Did not. Then again, we do have Rodriguez at second, Sanders at first. Well, both have a decent lead from their base. As Miller tries to go for another bunt, pulls it back, and that advances both runners. So Rodriguez has now made it all the way to third. Sanders now is on second base. As Miller has even his count out 1-1. Third pitch for Miller. As it's inside for ball two. Count is 2-1. No outs. One runner is 90 feet away, and one runner is at second base. See if Miller potentially have a chance to get his first RBI of the game. As he hits that one to left field. It's carrying foul, and it goes foul. But that evens count out 2-2 for Miller. We do have a warmer one out here kind of early in the morning. That is currently 9:40. It's a little bit of a warm one. It's only going to get hotter as the game goes on. But Miller's pitch, as he also hits that one to left field. The left fielder's under it. Just catch it. Rodriguez is making his way home. And safe at home. And causes Sanders advances to third. So Miller will get himself sack fly. That will bring Rodriguez in and Sanders on third. Now up to bat is Mike Ramirez, who also was walked in the bottom of the first. Mike Ramirez is bad with 1 out and a runner 90 feet away from home. His first pitch is outside for ball 1. Second pitch for Mike Ramirez, as that one's inside for ball 2. And Mike Ramirez again headed his count just like the bottom of the first. It's ahead again. Kim throws third pitch. Mikey fouls it back. Counts 2-1. As Mikey fouls that one down the third base line. And now he's even the count out, 2-2. Pitch, Mikey hits that to the second baseman, who does get it to first base enough time, but Sanders does cross home. So there's another run for the A's. We're now up 6-0. And that's 2 outs for Wood. Now coming up. So that's a fielder's choice. The fielder's choice. As Wood takes the first pitch of strike, and he hits this one to left field. It is carrying a little bit, and the left fielder is on it for the out. But the A's do score 2 more runs in the bottom of the second. But we'll be back for the top of the third for the Halos. See if they can come down from the 6-0 deficit. So going to the top of the third. Batting for the Halos, Jensen. First pitch is strike. Jensen. hits the inside. The next pitch is again inside in the same spot for right two. Jensen is now behind in the count, 0-2. That one's high. Jensen will check his swing for ball one. Count is 1-2 as Jensen fouls that one away. Stay 1-2. Jensen did come in yesterday for the Halos. Came in and struck out and lined out for his two at bats yesterday. As that ball is ball two, evens count out 2-2. Ready for pitch, and was hit to goes past the third baseman and the shortstop. Jensen will hold at one, and that will be a base runner for the Halos. Now, Halos have Delta.
Number 15, Anthony DeLuca.
Oh, DeLuca. So, Huey. B. My fault. DeLuca. The bat. As he fouls this one up to shortstop. He catches it. Jensen will hold himself out. Oh, it's pop up. Now, we go back to the top lineup for the Halos. Olsen comes at the bat with Jensen leading off of around the first baseline. Medina does take a quick glance at him. Comes to pitch, just inside for strike one. Then pops this one up. Just goes into the stands. So that'll be strike two. That was now 0-2 for Olsen. That's strike three. And he gets Olsen looking. Strike out looking. And that's another strikeout from Dina. Now Lopez comes to the bat for the Halos. He hits that one to the shortstop, goes just past the shortstop. Center field gets it enough time to hold Jensen at second. So the Halos do have two runners on, one at first and one at second, with two outs though. Here comes Pina. It's now up the bat. There's Dina takes a quick glance at second and throws the first pitch inside for ball one. Dina, second pitch, another one inside for ball two. And the Halos do have runners on first and second. He takes a glance to second as he takes a pitch for ball three. No, Pina with a batter-friendly count of 3-0, having 2 runners on. Let's see if the Halos coach will give him the green light or not, as they are down 6-0. As he takes ball 4. The Halos have bases loaded with 2 outs. As Sebek comes up to bat, catcher does go out to talk to Medina. Catcher makes his way back home after talking to Medina. Sebek is ready, as he does have a runner's bases juiced, 2 outs. As he swings and misses the first pitch, strike 1. As hits Sebek, which walks a batter in, and Halos have scored 6-1. Again, bases are still juiced with 2 outs. And that brings Trungle back up to bat, who did strike out looking in his last at bat. Takes ball 1. Trungle takes ball 2. Trungle has worked himself into a 2-0 count. It's this one, left field, and it's caught, which stops from any other run scoring. The Halos do get one in the top of the third, but we will see what the A's do to respond as we come back to the bottom of the third. Sorry about that wait. The Halos have a pitching substitution as Elijah Burke comes in for Kim. We start the bottom, the third, with Wood, who has a 1-1 count. Wood hits this one to right field. Right fielder catches it. Or my fault. That was not. That was not Wood. My fault. That was Smith. As Crystal takes ball one. Takes strike one. As Crystal did hit a double his last at bat. As this ball goes outside, just past the catcher. For ball two. Next pitch from Bert. Crystal swings and misses. The count is 2-2. Fouls this one back. Count will stay 2-2. Ready from the plate. And fouls this one again into the stands. And the count again will stay 2-2. As Bert strikes out, Crystal looking. After two pretty strong innings, the A's have now had back-to-back outs, putting a runner on base. But Rhea is up the bat, who got walked his first at bat. Here comes the first pitch for Rhea. Strike one.
69.
Rhea went with the bunt, but pulled back for ball one. It counts even at 1-1 now. As Rhea hits this one to left field, and it's caught. So 3 up, 3 down for the A's. But the score is still 6-1 as we go to the top of the fourth. Nielsen is up to bat, top of the fourth for the Halos. He did strike out in his first at bat. Medina having pretty good outing so far as this strike one to Nelson. This one's fouled off for strike two to Nelson. Count is 0-2. As even in these 30 minutes, to bring it up earlier, it is still a little warm for a morning game. As this one is fouled off again. Count will stay 0-2. Medina pitch. A strike three. And he gets Nelson looking. Now coming up for the Halos is the Valley, who also struck out in his last at bat. Medina can stay hot, especially with striking out this bottom half of the lineup. As first pitch is inside, ball one. As it's ball two, bounces over the catcher's glove. Valley now ahead in the count 2-0. With the third pitch, gets fouled back. Right fielder tried for it, ended up slipping over there in the dugout. So he did not get to it fast enough. But it does get 2 strikes, so count is 2-1. The Valley. 1 out. As he fouls this one back for strike 2. Count evens up at 2-2. This one goes inside for ball 3. We have a full count for DeValley. 1 out. Nobody on. Medina throws the pitch. It's hit to right field and caught. So that is a fly out. Right field for DeValley. As on the bat now is Jensen, who did hit a single in top of the third and got around the bases for the Halos' only run so far as he takes strike one. Jensen fouls this one away. Strike 2. Medina throwing these pitches a little bit quicker, not taking his break as much as he did with the other 2 batters. Really trying to throw. Yep. He throws and strikes out. Strikes out Jensen. 3 up, 3 down for the Halos. And the score is still 6-1 A's as we head into the bottom of the 4th. It's coming up to bat for the bottom of the fourth. Burt with the pitch as Maynard pulls back, trying to go for a bunt for ball one. Maynard pops this one up to shallow left field. It's caught. That'll bring up Rodriguez, who did start a little rally with his walk back in the bottom of the second, which led to 2 runs being scored. Rodriguez does his second at bat. As this one's outside for ball one. Rodriguez takes strike one. Pitch, which inside for ball two. Real close to Rodriguez. Did duck out of the way. Here's the next pitch. Rodriguez pops this one up. The pitcher's going for it, and he catches it. No, Brian Sanders also was part of those 2 runs that happened in the bottom of the second. Has a walk so far in this game. As Burt throws a pitch outside for ball one. And if Sanders does not get on base, this would be, as he takes strike one, this will be back-to-back innings where the A's do not get a base runner after having 2 innings where they scored 4 and then 2 runs. As Sanders hits this one fair down the third base line. He's digging for second base, and it gets thrown out going for second. So that'll be third out as we head to the top of the fifth, as the A's still lead 6-1. So DeLuca comes up to lead off the top of the fifth for the Halos. Medina having a really good outing. That's strike one. Pitch. DeLuca swings again. Strike two. Third pitch. And strike three. Looking for DeLuca. Now the Halos will have Olsen his way back up. With the pitch. Strike one. One is swung and missed for strike two. As Medina continues this great outing that he's having. Next pitch, as this one is popped up foul. This keeps the count at 0-2. As Jensen Olsen swings and misses. That's another strikeout for Medina. Medina has another chance to strike out the side if he can put Lopez down with strikeout. As Lopez pops this one up, first base side, and Cristal gets it. But yes, another 3 up, 3 down inning as we head to the bottom of the fifth. As the A's are still up 6-1. Miller is up top for the bottom of the fifth, leading off for the A's. He so far has a run and an RBI. As pulls back from the bunt, take ball one. Let's see if the A's can put somebody on base after they've had back-to-back innings with nobody on, as that is ball two for Miller. as that's ball 3. Miller has a 3-0 count. The last couple of batters have had a 3-0 count, did not have a green light. See what happens here. As Miller does take the strike, make the count 3-1. As Miller fouls this one back, which makes it a full count, 3-2. Pitch as Miller fouls this one, keeping the count full. Miller. This one's a little on the inside. Does get a piece of it. We'll go foul. Again, the count still stays full. 3-2. Miller hits this one to right field. And it is caught. Died over there by the warning track, but he got a good piece of it. And up to bat now is Mike Ramirez. Who had that fielder choice RBI last at bat. His first pitch is outside, ball 1. So Mike Ramirez fouls this one back, strike 1. So, and the A's continue to still not have to put somebody on the bases after having the first and second. How hot they were as Mikey Ramirez finds this one out to second baseman. Brings Wood up the bat. Ethan Wood fouls this one to left field side. Strike 1. Count is 0-1 for Wood. 2 outs. Still nobody on the bases. As Wood swings and misses for strike 2. Burt digs in for the next pitch. Throws it. Wood hits it up. Kind of shallow. Second baseman and shortstop were arguing about who to get it. So nobody's on second base. So nobody was covering the second base bag, which leads to Wood being able to get from first to second and being safe. A shallow hit ball in between 2 players that didn't know he was going to catch it. Which leads to Smith coming at the bat with 2 outs and a runner on second. Bert taking a look back at second base, looking at Wood. Throws the first pitch down the middle for strike one. So after 2 innings of no base runners, the A's have finally put somebody back on base. Here in the bottom of the fifth. Let's see if they can score a run. As this one's popped up to the pitcher. He catches it. So Smith will pop up to the pitcher. And the bottom of the fifth goes to the top of the sixth. And see what the Halos can do. The A's do have a pitch change, as Medina will be taken out after having 8 strikeouts in his 5 innings, which brings in Duncan DeLange. Come in and see if he can shut down the Halos and keep them at the 1 run. As we go to the top of the 6th, Pena is up to bat for the Halos. First pitch is ball 1. DeLange is also high for ball 2. Well, Pena ahead in the count 2-0. So it's first batter as he gets him to swing and miss. With the count 2-1. See if we can get some runs again, as both teams have had the last 2 innings of no runs. The A's have the last 3 with 0. As that is ball 3, making the count 3-1 to Pena. As that was strike 2. Full count for Pena. Nobody on. No outs. As that's strike 3 looking. And he strikes out Pena. First batter of the day. Range's first batter of the day. Strikeout looking. Now he's got to go. He's got Sebek coming up for the Halos. Was strike 1 to Sebek. As they do say that he did not pull his check fast enough for strike 2. Sebek's count is now 0-2. Lynch's second batter, another chance to get a strikeout. As there's that one. And again, did not hold his check, which is another strikeout for Delange. Brungle up the bat as it will with 2 outs, nobody on. Delange getting the last 2 batter strikeouts as this first pitch is high and away, ball 1. Trungle this game has yet to get on base for the Halos. As he not get the check off, so be strike 1. Evens the count out of 1-1. Trungle. Next pitch, strike 2. Trungle now is behind in the count, 1-2. Next pitch is strike 3 on the outside. And Delange comes in and strikes out the side of his first inning after taking over. So not only did Medina have these strikeouts, but it continues with Delange coming in. We head into the bottom of the 6th, see what the A's can do. Marco Cristall is up for the A's for the bottom of the 6th as he takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Fouls this one back, strike 1. Let's count 1-1. Stahl has been on base back in that first inning where the A's scored 4 runs. One of those runs to get around. As Stahl takes strike 2. Let's count 1 and 2. Pitch, Stahl sends this one to the left field. And it's gone! Home run! Stahl. Parker Cristal with the home run. That was a solo shot. And makes the A's, after 3 scoreless innings, have finally put another run back up on the board. And now their lead has just changed from 6-1 to 7-1. Luke Ree up to bat. Also has got on base once with a walk. As he fouls this one back for strike 1. I'm real glad that the first game that I get to do this play-by-play commentating, that we get to watch a ball absolutely get crushed over the left field wall as Bree fouls this one back for strike 2. I had a feeling we were going to see some balls get mashed just because, I mean, it's not crazy hot, but it's a little warm. That the warm makes the ball have a little more carry to it, especially if you can hit it with the sweet spot, which is what Cristal exactly did. As Bree swings and misses, and he strikes out. Which now brings up Maynor. Nobody on, 1 out. That's to follow a home run and a strikeout so far in this bottom of the 6th. Maynor takes the first pitch for a ball. As this one is fouled back. Strike 1. Count is 1-1. Maynor ready for the next pitch. As he hits this one to right field, it's carrying, and the right fielder does make it enough time to catch the ball. Great piece. Maynor got a great piece. Great piece of it. But, well, Rodriguez is coming back up, who has been on base once. He was one of those runs that we scored back in the bottom of the 2nd. As his first pitch is strike on the outside. Rodriguez's second pitch is strike 2 down the middle. Burt is ready for the pitch. Or is this one outside, swinging and missing? Is Rodriguez. That'll end the bottom of the 6th, but not after Parker Cristal hits a home run with the left field for a solo shot to bring the A's up 7-1. We'll see how the Halos can respond in the top of the 7th. Nelson is leading off, top of the 7th for the Halos, as he takes strike 1 down the middle. See if Delange can continue this strikeouts that he's having. He's got 3 already. Struck out the side last inning. As this one is blown away for ball 1. Nelson so far has struck out in both of his at-bats. As this one is outside again for ball 2. Delange gets ready. Pitch. Nelson it's down the middle again for strike 2. Evens the count out. 2-2. 2-2. No outs. Pitch. And he swings and misses. And Delange now has 4 strikeouts and his first 4 batters in the game. And the Halos had a couple substitutions. So DeValley comes out for Rodarte, who's coming up for his first time in the top of the 7th. Oop. As this one's inside, it's real close to hitting Rodarte, but that is ball 1.
Let it eat.
Delange's just ready. Throw the next pitch. As Rodardo fouls this one back. Rodarte fouls it back. Strike 1. Even the count out at 1-1. As blows another one past Rodarte. Strike 2. Rodarte gets ready for this next pitch. Outside for ball 2. Evening the count back 2-2. Rodarte gets ready for the next pitch. Delange throws it. Outside again. Making the count full. Full count. 1 out. Our runner's on. Rodarte. And Delange can continue to strike out batters. As he's 4 strikeouts with his first 4 batters. This one. It's fouled back. Keeping the count full. Also, the Halos have not had a runner on base since the 3rd inning, which is when they did score their 1 run of the game so far. As the range throws this one and a umpire calls it high for a walk. So as soon as I say no base runners, the Halos put somebody on base. Also, another substitution is ball gets thrown past the catcher, leads to Rodarte getting to second. But another change was Jensen comes out, and now Hand comes in to bat for him too. He taking his first at bat of the game. Let's see, Hand did not bat yesterday, and neither did Rodarte. So both of them are their first at bats in this series. As Hand fouls this one back, and the count is even at 1-1. The runner on second. But Delange looks back at second. He throws a pitch high. Ball 2. Both teams with 2 pitching changes so far. Their bullpens have been pretty quiet besides those switches. Both teams using their second pitcher of the day. As Delange looks back at second. Throws a pitch outside for ball 3. So Tan has his count at 3-1 with 1 out and a batter on second. With having a chance for Halos to score a run, not having to score one since the third. Delange again looks back at second. Throws the pitch. It's fouled back. Make the count full. 3-2. As this one is high and in for ball 4. So another walk. So with back-to-back walks, Delange, there is now runners on first and second for DeLuca.
Get Medina.
He wants
Medina.
Mason.
As the infielders have come to chat with Delange after walking back-to-back batters. Come back.
Anthony DeLucas.
Delange again peeking back at second. Goes pitch. High. Ball 1. DeLuca so far has not been on base this game as he swings and misses. Strike 1. Besides 2 walks for Delange, still having a really good outing to come in and instantly go for 4 strikeouts. Oh, as Delange calls the catcher. Catcher makes his way back. Comes the third pitch, at bat for DeLuca. Delange's not getting his eyes off that second base. Way inside, making it 2-1. Delange is really looking back at Rodarte back there on second base, really watching him. Pitch, throws it there.
Got it.
As DeLuca does not swing for strike 2. The catcher tries to throw the runner out at first. But he gets back Pan gets back just in enough time to be safe. So now count is even at 2-2, 1 out, with runners on first and second. Delange with the pitch. It's high, making the count full at 3-2. So DeLuca has a full count with 2 runners on, and 1 out. This pitch swings and misses. So DeLuca will strike out, holding both runners still at first and second. And also, the Halos had another substitution. So Olsen came out and Penales came in, bat for him. And the top of the 7th. So, strike 1 to Penales, with now having 2 outs, runners on first and second. Second pitch, Penales comes and he hits that one to the left field gap. Left fielder gets it. Bernardo will make his way all the way around the bases. Tan will hold at 2, and Penales will get an RBI single. Lopez up to bat with 2 outs, runners on first and second. With a 7-2 game. And after 3 quiet innings from the Halos, they finally have put another run. Actually, both teams did that. The A's, from the 3rd to the 5th, did not score a run, and they scored one in the 6th. And from the 4th to the 6th, the Halos did not score, and they scored 1 run now in the 7th. So after both teams going 3 innings without scoring a run, they both put one up. As this one is hit to the foul line in right field, Sanders makes his way all the way to it, and he catches it, which will stop any other runs from scoring. Yep, and Lopez will fly out to the right field line to Sanders. With that, the Halos have made it a 7-2 game as we head into the bottom of the 7th. See what the A's can do. After making a great play from the right field line, Sanders is coming up to bat for the bottom of the 7th. Sanders' first pitch is low for ball 1. Kind of funny how in 30 minutes you can instantly feel a temperature change as Sanders swings and misses. Strike 1. And it is getting a little bit warmer. But I guess this does get the A's and even the Halos, I guess, ready for tomorrow's game, which that game is going to be a hot one in the morning. Today might have been a little warm, but tomorrow's definitely be warm, as that one is low for ball two. It's ready for the pitch. Another one, low and outside for ball three. Make the count 3-1. Sanders swings and misses, making the count full. Sanders has been on the base the one time with the walk, and then he tried to get to second on that single that he hit, but he was thrown out trying to get to second. Pitch, fouls it back, keeping the count full. Look back to yesterday. Sanders also did not play as he hits this one to the third baseman. Ooh, makes the throw just enough time to get Sanders out first. Miller coming up to bat after being on base once. Miller, first pitch. It. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. Sanders is safe. My fault, guys. I didn't see the umpire say that he fell off the bag. Sanders is actually safe at first. Sanders first base. So actually, there's no outs. My fault. My fault, guys. But Miller does have one strike as trying to throw Sanders out at first, but he gets slides back to get safe. As Sanders goes, he's going throw over the shortstop's head. Sanders safe at second. So that'll be an error for the Halos, leading to second safe as Miller takes ball two with the runner on second, no outs. Sanders does have a little speed, so if Miller can hit this ball past the infield, there's a chance that Sanders can make his way all the way home. As they look back at him, this pitch is inside for ball three. Miller now with a batter-friendly count of 3-1, and having a runner in a scoring position on second. He's ready for the pitch. Tips it back, making the count full, 3-2. Full count for Miller. The runner on second is Sanders, who does have a little speed to him. No outs. Bottom of the seventh. Miller gets ready for the pitch. hits it to the right field. It's going to right field corner. And that's gonna be a triple. That'll be an RBI triple for Miller, making it an 8-1 game for the A's. And now Mikey Ramirez comes up to bat with a runner 90 feet away from home and no outs. And Mike could get his second RBI of the game. That ball was ripped out that line by Miller. A great hit. As Mikey's first pitch is a ball. Second pitch is ball 2. Mikey, the 2-0 count. The runner 90 feet away from home. Pitcher steps off the mound. Think about the pitch. He gets ready. It's a pitch down the middle for strike 1. Mikey watched it. It's the count 2-1. Is Mikey rips it just towards the second baseman, gets there in enough time, but not fast enough to throw out Mikey, and that causes Miller to come pass home. So Mikey with a RBI single, making this game 9-2. As Ethan Wood comes up to bat. Ethan Wood also has an RBI in this game. Mikey does have a lot of speed. Oh, Mikey gets himself caught in a pickle right now. Running back and forth with them. He's running back and forth. And he does get tagged out as he tries to make it to second. So that'll get the runner off the bases for Wood and bring it out. Still. That was a good call by the pitcher to throw it to first. Mikey does like to steal. Comes the first pitch for Wood, as it is strike 1. As Wood has been on base with a double, taking the 5th. He takes that one for ball 1. The next pitch for Wood is that one goes right over him for ball 2. Who gets ready for the 4th pitch? Who's at bat? He hits this one to center field. The center fielder's running for it. It's going back. The center fielder does not get there, and it bounces over the wall for a ground roll double. Ground roll double right there for Wood. So this will bring up Smith with a runner on second base and 1 out. So that ground rule double will be back-to-back doubles for Wood. So he hit one back in the fifth, and now one right here in the seventh. Smith has made it on base once, back with a walk in the bottom of the first. As he gets a piece of this one, it goes foul for strike one. Still no with a 9-2 game substitution for the A's yet, as they have all their still starting lineup out there. Only change so far has been Duncan DeLange, who's been throwing a great game since he came in. As this ball goes past the catcher, and Wood will advance to third, bringing him 90 feet closer to home plate. So now Smith has a 1-1 count with a runner 90 feet away from home and one out. As with these 2 runs this inning, the A's get closer and closer to that mercy run roll. As he hits this one to left center, the center fielder's going back for it. He catches it at the wall. Wood will cross home plate. So that will be a sacrifice fly for Smith, making this game 10-2 for the A's. And now, Kristoff, after hitting his solo home run back in the sixth, he is now up to bat again. As his first pitch is low and away. The ball one. Goes past the catcher. Kristoff, base is empty. 2 outs. Swings and misses for strike one. Leaving the count out at 1-1. No, Kristoff's got some power as he's had a double and a home run in this game. Pitch is high and away for ball 2. Making the count 2-1. 2 outs. No one on. The next pitch for Kristoff, as it is low for ball 3, making it a hitter-friendly 3-1 count. Kristoff. Still, 10-2 games, still having the starting lineup out as Ree is on deck. As Kristoff rips this one to right center, and he's going to hold that one for a single. Now Ree comes up with a runner on first, 2 outs. End the 2 game. Ree has not been back on base since the first inning, as his first pitch is high for a ball. Stall is being looked at by over there at first base. We do have a left-handed pitcher. As Kristoff messes with him, doing a little lunge. He'll get back as the pitcher tries to pick him off. Kristoff messed with him a little bit over there. Did a little lunge while the pitcher was staring at him, just to kind of get in his head. But again, he does it. He does it again. The pitcher's looking, tries to pick him off. Kristoff's back safe, standing up. Stahl again taking lead off. Ree's second pitch is low for ball 2. Ree has a 2-0 count with 2 outs and a runner on first. The next pitch, it's high for ball 3. See if Ree has the green light on a 10-2 game with 2 outs. Would figure swing away because if it's a hit, you advance people and it gets safe. Or if it's an out, then it's start out the inning. As he does swing, and it will be fair to the third baseman, who does not get to throw it in enough time. And Ree is safe at first. That will advance Chris Stahl to second. And this brings up Maynard, who has not been on base at all game. Now he has 2 runners on, first and second, both with some speed. So if he can put this in the gap, there's a chance that both can make it all the way home. But Maynard gets ready as the pitcher looks both at second and first. First pitch is going past the catcher, and this advances both runners. Chris Stahl is now at third, and Ree is at second. So now there's even a better chance with both of these runners having good speed that if Maynard put this in the gap, that both will be called to probably come home. And that makes the count 1-0 for Ree. 2 outs. As Maynard takes strike 1, even the count out 1-1. Comes the next pitch for Maynard as he goes for the check swing. Call he did not go. So it'll be ball 2. Count is 2-1 with 2 outs. Runners on second and third, both with some really good speed because the pitcher has been looking back and has been looking at second. Taking a peek over there for every pitch so far. As Maynard fouls this one off, evening the count at 2-2. And Maynard has made contact with 2 pitches. He's had 2 flyouts. So he's making some hard contact. He just needs to put one in play, and there's a chance that he brings in 2 runners. As this one is called ball 3. So full count, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Maynard puts one in play, and there's a very good chance this can turn from 10-2 to 12-2. Very, very quick. This pitch, Maynard fouls it back, keeping the count full. One fouls back into the stands. Maynard sends back into the box. Ready for the pitch. Pitch, Maynard tips it to stay alive. Keeping the count full. Maynard's pitch come in, and it's ball 4. So bases will be juiced. bases. Bases are juiced for Julian Rodriguez. That's Maynard's first time getting on base too. As Rodriguez comes out, bases juiced, 2 outs. Pitch inside. Oh, inside for strike 1. Rodriguez has been on base once with the walk earlier back in the second as he takes this one low. Ball 1. His last at bat, though, he did strike out. Swinging. Third pitch is coming. Cristal rips this to left field. And the left fielder will catch it for a drop. But the A's do get 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, making this a 10-2 game. See how the Halos can respond top of the 8th. Go into the top of the 8th. There's a pitching change for the A's as Haynes Edens comes in for the Lanes. And Pena is up to bat. It's his first pitch. Is hit to center field. And center fielder will catch that. Pena flies out to center field. The bet is coming up. Who was back in the 3rd hit by a pitch for his one time being on the bases. That's his first pitch as a ball. Pitch inside for ball 2. On strike 1 as Sebek watches it down the middle. Making the count 2-1, 1 out. And his next pitch is fouled. Right field. even the count out at 2-2. They're gonna say Sebek went, and that is a strikeout. Out number 2. Bringing up Trungle, who has not been on base this game. His first pitch, Trungle, is inside for ball 1. There's another pitch inside for ball 2. Eden. Next pitch, it's inside again for ball 3. So Trungle with 3-0 count with two outs. Nobody on. Pitch, he fouls it.
Great fun.
Fouls it, so if he's strike 1, it's 3-1. As Eden throws this one outside for ball 4. So Trungle take a walk. Now Nielsen is coming up the bat for the Halos with 2 outs and a runner on first. Eden's first pitch to Nelson. Almost hits Nelson, goes over his head, and Trungle will advance to second base. That's ball 1 for Nelson. Its next pitch, it's swing and miss. Nelson swing and miss, making the count 1-1. So he takes a peek over to second base, and it's thrown outside for ball 2.
Boy.
Count 2-1, 2 outs, runners on second. As this one is thrown outside,
No runner.
just bounces out of the catcher's gloves. So 3-1 count. Runner held at second. He did not advance. So we have 3-1 count for Nelson. 2 outs. Runner on second. He gets pitch. It's fouled back, making the count full. A full count for Nelson. As that is low for ball 4. So Edens walks Nelson. So Rodarte comes up with 2 outs, and runners on first and second. First pitch is outside for ball 1. As Rodarte fouls this one up, Cristal tries to make his way, but it goes out to the stands. Evens the count out at 1-1. Pitch to Rodarte is high for ball 2. Next pitch inside for ball 3. The count is 3-1 for Rodarte with runners on first and second. This one is fouled, third base side, making the count full. Again, Edens is another full count. He gets ready. Pitch is ball 4. So bases will be loaded. The bases will be loaded for Tan with 2 outs. And Edens is getting talked to by all the infield right now. All the infield has went back over their positions. And again, Tan is up to bat with bases juiced as he hits this one to the second, so shortstop. It's the out at second base. And that will end the inning.
24.
So
That is the inning.
after 3 walks, he does get out of the pick. He does get out of it. The ground out and stops the inning, and we will go to the bottom of the 8th and see what the A's can do. So Sanders coming up for the A's to lead off the bottom of the 8th. The Halos do have a pitching change. Ruiz comes in for them. Sanders now leading off back-to-back innings. There's last inning we got all the way through the lineup just before him. When they put up 3 runs. Sanders' first pitch, swings and misses. Sanders gets ready for the second pitch. It is low for ball one. Make the count 1-1. Sanders did get on base last inning with that leadoff error. The first baseman fell off the bag. That'll be strike 2 for Sanders. Count is 1-2. He did start the runs. Sanders hits this one. It bounces off the third baseman's glove. And then Sanders is going to be safe at first. We got single for Sanders. And this brings up Miller, which last inning, he hit that RBI triple, which brought in Sanders. Sanders' first pitch goes past the catcher, and Sanders will advance to second. And Miller will have a 1-0 count. Now with the runner in score position. Next pitch for Miller. As he hits it to the right field gap. Center fielder catches it, but it's kind of shallow. So Sanders will hold it 2. Miller flies out. Flies out to right center.
Now, number 63, Aiden Peck.
So Perry comes in for Ramirez. As he fouls this one off. First. Strike 1. And Perry takes this one inside for ball 1. I can count full. So, I mean, not full, but even at 1-1. Perry's got a 1-1 count, 1 out, with 1 runner on. A lot of ones. So he takes this one low for ball 2. Then count 2-1. So Perry's count 2-1. Run on second. Just Sanders. Has some speed to him. His next pitch, he fouls this one off, evening the count back out, 2-2. Let's look back to yesterday. Perry did play yesterday, and he got a single, he stole a base, and he was scored a all in the run, all in the 8th, which that pitch goes past the catcher, advances Sanders to third. So now Perry has a 3-1 count. Oh, I thought that was. Oh, I guess he's got a 3-1 count. Oh no, it's 3-2. Scoreboard's off. Umpire calls 3-2. So we got a full count. Runner on 90 feet away from home with 1 out. Perry takes ball 4. So now runners on the corner. The runners on the corner for Wood with 1 out. Wood has those 2 doubles. He has his 1 RBI. And he's got 1 run. As he takes the first pitch, strike. Perry kind of took a little run over there on first, but he didn't go. Staying over there on that first base. He's taking a good lead. The next pitch to Wood. He swings and misses for strike 2. Count is 0-2 for Wood. If Wood brings both these runs in, pretty sure end the game with the run rule as he takes ball 1. Takes ball 2. So Wood is fought back from 0-2 to a 2-2 count. Even it back out. Pitch is hit softly to the shortstop, who cannot make any play in enough time. And that advances Perry to second. Wood will get a single, and it'll be an RBI as Sanders crossed home plate. That brings up Smith with runners on first and second and 1 out, and 11-2. His first pitch is a ball. Smith so far has 2 RBIs in this game as he swings and misses for strike 1. So Smith does have 1 runner in scoring position over on second base, as that pitch is low for ball 2, making it count 2-1. That single right there, that RBI single that Wood just hit, that was his 3rd hit of the game. He's got 2 doubles and a single so far, as that pitch is called strike on the outside. So even in the count back out 2-2. Now Wood got a pretty good stat line over there with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. He's got a run, and that's a strikeout. Smith swings and misses. So Parker Crystal, who also, like Wood, has had a pretty good game so far, is coming up with 2 outs, runners on first and second, with Crystal having a double, a home run, and a double, a home run, and a single so far. Crystal swings. Crystal's first pitch, the strike. That's all. Pitch check second. Goes next pitch. Crystal rips that. Ooh, and the shortstop makes a great jumping catch. As Crystal will line out the shortstop, and that'll end the bottom of the 8th. So we're gonna go to the top of the 9th, 11-2 ball game. So DeLuca in the top of the ninth is coming up for the Halos as the A's are 3 outs away from victory. Edens does, in fact, stay out there. The ninth, I see his first pitch is a ball to DeLuca. Next pitch, outside. Ball 2. So that one is inside for strike 1. Count 2-1 to DeLuca. As he fouls this one, even in 2-2. Cristal's coming over to talk to Edens over on the mound. Makes his way back over first base. As Eden gets ready. Here's another pitch. It's high for ball 3. A full count for DeLuca. And that'd be called ball 4. So Edens walks DeLuca.
Now,
Leading off.
6.
The next all this comes, and that pitch goes way outside. Catcher. That'll advance Luca to second. Makes the count 1-0. Nollis. Second pitch is hit, popped up to right field. Right fielder will catch that, and DeLuca will hold at 2.
Now I am given Lopez.
Ian's next pitch goes past the catcher, and DeLuca will advance to third, and Lopez's count now will be 1-0 with 1 out. The runner 90 feet away from home. As Lopez swings and misses for strike 1. Pitch is outside for ball 2. There's 2-1. Lopez has been on base once with a single as he rips this one back up center field. Center fielder will make it to hold Lopez at 1, but DeLuca crosses the plate, making this a 10-3 game. 11 to Pena up with 1 out, a runner on. Hits this one right over the shortstop. Center fielder gets there enough time to hold the runners at first and second. So back-to-back singles. Sabek comes up with runners first and second and 1 out. Edens pitch down the middle for strike 1. Pitch to Speck is popped up to Sanders. who makes the catch. Where did he drop it? That fall in his glove.
Dropped it. Maybe
Weapon.
dropped the ball. It's like probably 5.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Like kids out in the fifth is probably fast. Oh, thanks.
Now batting number 20.
Infield fly roll. He's to Lopez. Or no, I mean Sebek getting out. But both runners do advance. So now runners on second and third. Strungles up with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. As his first pitch, strike. Next pitch, strike 2. Count now is 0-2 to Trungle. Evenings. So next pitch is hit. Cristal, who will make the play and end the game for the A's. As Trungle grounds out. So another A's victory right here, as they will win 11-3 with having 12 hits, an error for both teams, and the Halos had 6 hits, put up a pretty good fight, like on the batting, on hitting, making hits. Great game from the A's. This was Ryan Leonardo covering for Jared Smith. Good day.